All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. In this one, we're going to be doing a video giving our thoughts on the second wave, taking a look at the new pictures for the Super 7 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. Oh man, so their Ultimates collection. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check this one out from Toy News Eye. So this is for the second wave, or the second series of second set of the figures that they are releasing, and they're releasing them, it looks like, in fours. So the first one was already kind of been shown a little while ago. If you haven't seen it, oh man, it looks so cool. There's like Raph and Baxter Stockman and some Foot Soldier, and oh man, so this is getting to see the pictures for the second set. Oh right, and Splinter in the first wave. So man, these look so awesome. To anyone who was a fan of the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line in the late 80s to early 90s, I mean, these are based on that. These Super 7 Ultimates figures, so they've got even the you see like the plastic, where it's got the his drill gun and stuff like that unpainted, and that it's like so retro. It's just freaking awesome, man. These just look so freaking cool. So first we've got Bebop, which is excellent, I want to say. Now there have been a few Bebops recently in this scale. Roughly, there's the one for the well, there was a Playmates one they did a few years back, and then there was recently the one from NECA for the cartoon series, which is really cool. So this one, it's got the original Playmates look and everything, and it looks pretty cool. He's kind of got that the pink head thing going on, which I don't know what to make of that too much, but man, it does look super cool. You can see it from the side here, and the arms and everything, and the shells on the shoulders and that, so that's fun with the knife and all that. And even the brace on his left leg for his knee and everything there. Oh man, it's just so retro. And this one was why I wanted to do this video, because I don't often do these videos too much, but this release is so freaking cool. I thought the Raph looked cool from the first wave, but I think the Leonardo looks even better. I mean, he looks amazing, right? Look at the face, man. It's like somehow they just managed to like copy it exactly. Like they got the Playmates look down just verbatim, just in a bigger scale and a more kind of updated type of body mold and everything. So it's got the better articulation, all that we're kind of more used to nowadays, versus the kind of, what do you call it, like a crouching type of whatever pose that was that the Leonardo was always in. Mine always falls over. He still falls over. I have him in the basement on display. But does he come with a few sets of swords here? He's got one in the back with red. Then he's got another set here at the front. And then he's got the just the brown, like, the retro one. I'm going to use those. If I get this one, I'm going to give him the brown plastic ones just for that retro, nostalgia feel, right? Pizza and communicator thing. Okay, so the other Leonardo head is pretty cool, right? Because it looks somewhat like like a comic. I want to say like a comic Leonardo. It doesn't exactly look like the original cartoon series. It doesn't quite fit for like a 2003. I'd say maybe, is it closest maybe to like the IDW Turtles or something like, it feels like something like that, like a comic version of Leonardo for the other head, which is so cool. But I mean, for the retro nostalgia factor, you got to use the retro head that it's got on, right? You got to. So, oh man, that one is going to be so hard to pass up. Now, these are $45 each, US plus shipping. So it's a bit, right? That is pretty expensive for each, but they are Ultimates. And they are some of the coolest versions of the Turtles that's has ever been done. And it looks like the line is starting to get a bit crazy here with some different characters and stuff. Because next we have Mutagen Man. Oh, that is so cool to see in this figure scale, man. That is amazing to see. Even with the what is it? His blaster, yellow blaster, and everything that he's got here, the tubes and all that, kind of connecting him up. Oh man, it's so cool. It's just mind blowing to me the way they were able to just capture that Playmates look, pretty much like it's like exact, right? It's like you really couldn't have pictured it any better if you wanted to do a toy line like that based on the original, figures, because those are just so legendary. Like everybody who was born around, mid to late 80s, I'd say, if you ever got any figures, sure as hell you got a Turtles figure in the early 90s or late 80s, man. I mean, at least one or two. So, oh, that's so cool to get to see him from the side profile here. He's got the the metal on the one foot, and then the other one's kind of open with the three, what is that, like a dinosaur type foot, something like this. Yeah, it's just so cool. It's good to see that they're bringing in some more of the obscure characters too. I want a Scratch. That's the one I want. Like if they do a Scratch, that would be so sick, because that figure goes for like $500 or $600, for the retro version. So that's one coming up, man. You guys got to do that, for Super 7. If you guys keep this line going, give us a Scratch, because that would be so cool. And then this one also absolutely blew my mind, which is the Shredder. And this is it's like that Shredder, it's the Playmates Shredder. It's the one where for some odd reason he's not wearing a shirt, and I don't know why. Maybe to show off his abs or something, so this one's really funny to me. Now this is a rare case. Like all the others, I would go with the retro heads for what I would use, but the Shredder's head, to me, the retro head just looks so weird. I get what they were trying to do with it. They were trying to create like that because it's got that big like eyebrow headpiece or something like that. Like, the old sculpt, it wasn't perfect, I'd say. And the head did kind of look like it had like a like a too big of a forehead, or his eyebrows or something. Something that's protruding there with his head. But so this is one for me that I actually like the kind of the newer sculpt, or the newer head design, better than the old one, because I think the old one just looks kind of ridiculous. It just doesn't quite look right. But still, man, I mean, nostalgia factor overload. This thing is really cool as well too. Absolutely love it. It's got a couple swords that come with them there and that. Now you want to talk about weird poses. The original Shredder had the dumbest pose ever. I think he was supposed to be like the comic pose where he's up on the ledge or whatever, and he's like telling the foot to to capture them or take them down or whatever. So that's what they were originally, I think they were going with, is like this ninja-esque like pose from the comics, from the Mirage comics, but he couldn't stand worth a shit. He just couldn't. So this one's really cool, and man, I'm really impressed by these. I'd say this is probably, here's one of him with the double swords, which looks sweet. Probably the coolest figure line for collectors that I've seen maybe in the last few years. So at least one that's actually got me excited for figures again, because I'm kind of burned out on some other lines that have been going for a long time. But this one is really cool. Here's one with it in the box for what you'd get with it. So I think they're amazing, man. I think they're really freaking amazing, and I hope they continue with the line at least for a few more waves, and we get all the 4 turtles, and then maybe like I said, Scratch or some of the other kind of like Mutagen Man, maybe Muckman, stuff like that. Just some of the other kind of lesser known figures that they did that maybe were kind of fan favorites. Of course, you got to do like probably a Krang and Rocksteady and stuff like you got to do those too, but. Yeah, man, I think they're amazing. A bit pricey, but probably worth it if you're, a big fan of, of that original Playmates toy line. So I think it's awesome that they're doing these. I think they're really cool. And even though I'm selling off a lot of stuff myself because I just have too much stuff, these are going to be difficult to pass. Even though the price point's kind of high, it's like, yeah, but this looks like one of the coolest figure lines that's been released in a long time, man. I think personally. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, please don't forget to thumb it up below. You can share, you can favorite, and let me know what you guys think about these. Check out the pictures yourselves. Will you be buying these, or is this something you're into or not? Let me know what you think, from one old school Turtle fan to probably another with you listening on the other side. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you soon. It's Trev. Say peace. Later, guys. See ya.